Aquarius, welcome to Star Tarot. This is your November 2018 reading. If this is you revisiting this channel of mine, I do want to thank you so much for doing so. If this is the first time that you're tuning in, I do want to welcome you. First things first, Aquarius, just want to let y'all know, I don't know if any of you noticed, but I did forget to film your Let's Read Your Partner for October. So I am going to go ahead and do that. I do apologize. I am an Aquarius. I don't know what happened there. I haven't done any personal readings for myself the last few months because I've been busy with personal readings and with this channel. So I don't know if there was something to that made me forget or what it was, but how could I forget my own sign, my own tribe? So I do apologize. I will go ahead and get that to you, and I will not replace that with whatever type of reading I'm going to do this month. So you will get a bonus reading. Again, my apologies. We always want to remember that this message will not resonate with everyone. There's no way it possibly could. So if for any reason you're feeling like it doesn't resonate or only bits and parts of it are, I would recommend that you check inside of your chart, see what your moon, rising, and Venus signs are, and look at those readings and see if any of those can fill the gaps or speak a little bit more clear to your situation. Now, the other thing you can certainly do is book a personal reading. Right now, I am doing a sale of $25 to the end of November. And, that will definitely narrow down your particular situation, your particular advice. It'll be specific to you and you only. So those are little tips that, might help you out. And I do understand sometimes it can be frustrating when you go to watch a reading and you're like, this isn't speaking to me at all. Well, that does tend to happen, especially if the message needs to be given out for a group of people or for a person. Sometimes that happens. But that way you will get the insight that you need, okay? Aquarius, I do want to thank you guys for the individuals that took out the time to like, share, subscribe, and comment. That is always welcomed here on my page, as long as it is positive feedback or a comment that speaks about your situation. I always embrace those. I did have a few weird comments and some disrespectful comments that all of us as readers do experience because there are, trolls that do come on here. So if you are a troll and you're thinking about trying it, I would really think against it. Number one, I can get to the point where I could shred you literally, but don't want that energy on my page, so I will just block you and you won't be able to revisit here. So I want to keep everything here in love and light. That's what I do here. So let's just keep all of that in mind. The other thing is that time is fluid, so some of these events may have already happened, could happen in the next couple of days, few weeks, or even flow into the following months ahead. But what I am seeing here, Aquarius, I do see some fear, I do see some anxieties, and I do see some change to happen. Right now, what a lot of us are experiencing is with this retrograde, we're digging deep into what we want, what we need, how we value ourselves, other people, what we're passionate about. When it comes to love, what does that mean for us? So I do see that we might be affected by this retrograde, and what I will say is that being an Aquarius, I know that we do analyze things rather deeply. So it's very hard when people say, get out of your head, that sort of thing, because we're always in our head, right? That's what we do. But what I will say is the overall energy right now with the Fountain, this is the Fountain Tarot. This card is different. It doesn't exist in other decks. It's specific to this deck here. But this is speaking about becoming one within yourself, and also understanding what it is that you provide in this world, how this world coincides with you, what you have to offer the world, but you're really coming into yourself. And so during this time, there's going to be a lot of thoughts within, and it looks like with the Three of Swords complementing the Fountain card here, there is a lot of work that's being put in when it comes to yourself. So for some of you, you know, you're really doing some solid work to be self-aware, to analyze all the aspects of your life. And for others of you, there is a specific thing that you're narrowing in that you feel might be hindering you or hindering your growth. But needless to say, this is a lot of work that's being put in within yourself to make things better, which is what needs to happen, because the foundation and the truth of it is that there is, with the Nine of Swords being present, there is a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry. There might be some self-inflicted fears that are illusions, Aquarius. You might be having self-doubt. You might be looking at yourself from a perspective of not being good enough, not having enough. And I'm getting the sense, and I'm hearing that for some, this has to do with more so with love. For others, this is in terms of income or money, or it could be both. The Ace of Coins right alongside of the Nine of Swords is really signaling you to stay focused, okay? Trying not to focus on all of the self-doubt, the fears, the anxieties that you have, because some of us are losing sleep. You know, we're so worried. We're up at night wondering what's going to happen, what's going to be the fate of this relationship, how am I going to pay the bills? But we're really needing to stay focused here and understand that some of these fears are self-inflicted. Some of them are real situations, but you might be amplifying how severe they are. And although they might be very severe to you, there could be some solutions. There could be, things that we're thinking of that are worse than what they really are. Now, with the Hanged Man in the Chicoli deck, just to clarify the Nine of Swords, I wanted to get a little more insight of what Aquarius could be concerned about. It's that we know that we need to be looking at things from a different perspective. The perspective that we're looking at all of these things are from our internal feelings. It's almost like being the underdog. You feel like things are not going to turn around, or things tend to look like they're going to turn around, and then they turn to rock when they were looking like gold. And so we are prompted to really stay grounded and stay focused with the Eight of Coins here. With the past energy, the High Priestess is in the near or in the recent past is the inner knowing. So not so long ago, maybe some weeks, months prior to now, you have known that there needs to be a change. There needs to be strength. And with the Strength card as clarification here in the Chicotli deck, we're seeing that you really need to find strength in your intuition, because we are known to be very intuitive, and sometimes we can get into the mindset of, am I being intuitive, or am I just having some high hopes of XYZ happening? So, we've had to have some strength in the recent past to know what is our intuition, and know that when we are in this mindset and things intuitively come to us, that is what it is, that we know what we know. What needs to happen right now is, with the Three of Swords being present, there has been some heartache, there has been some loss, there has been some disappointment. And although that is the case, and that could be where a lot of this anxiety has come from, a lot of this worry, with the Three of Coins, there is a definite need to refuel that disappointment, that loss, that heartache, and capitalize off that in a way. If it doesn't have anything to do with writing a book or writing a song or doing something artistically with it, which I see for some, for others, what you need to do is build something of your own. Make something out of this heartache. Is there something you need to change? Is there something that you need to put together as a project? Whatever this heartbreak is, or this loss, or this disappointment is, really needs to be refueled out into a positive way. And that's what will alleviate this worry, this self-doubt. And we know that. We just have to stay strong in our intuition. Now, the energy to come here in the near future is the King of Coins. This is stability. So you might become more stable in your mindset now that you have a different perspective. You may see more income coming your way. There might be a project that you've decided to put together and is now manifested because you've used that negative experience into something positive and something has come about it. But you will become more stable, and if it doesn't have anything to do about something you're working on, there is some stability that is coming your way in terms of finances, and for some of us in terms of love. And I'm hearing self-love for majority of us, and for some of us there is love that you've been working on, or a new love, but definitely stability in terms of finances, and certainly love. Now, when we're talking about the outside influence here, there is some action that is taking place. All right. There are bold solutions that are coming your way. There is either someone or something that is charging forth to conquer whatever it is that you are working on. If this is a project, if this is love, if this is in the matter of healing, there is something from the outside that comes boldly across to you in any form. This could be a person, or this could be something that you have stumbled upon, but there is some intellectual, bold solutions, something very analytic that causes a rapid change. Now, that is definitely some good news, and there is some determination that will spin off from that. It will be something that you won't be able to shake. It's almost as if the universe is on your side, because there is going to be some bravery that comes up against, these fears that we've had here. So there's action and there is determination that you will start to feel. And it could be a person, it could just be a feeling. There could be some things that come your way that allow you to feel like you can move in motion, you can take action, and will also have you so determined, because what I'm hearing and feeling is that it'll be so real, it'll be so prominent. It will be a solution that's right there in your face that might have been there before. Maybe you didn't see it. Maybe it's something new, but it will be so prominent right in front of you that you will have to take action without being so analytical. You won't have, it'll be so real that you won't have to have the notion to sit and analyze. You won't have to have your defenses up. It will be so real, Aquarius, that it will drive you forward into whatever this is. Now, this could be love. This could be a person. This could be a project or a new opportunity, but definitely some energy from the outside that is going to drive a new mental perspective and actually put some things in full force action. Your influence in this situation. Okay, so your outside influence is fast, it's in your face, it's determination. But within you, of course, because we are very analytical, we will have some patient dedication. Our mind won't be working as quickly as it usually does. So I know for me, if I'm putting a project together or doing something new, I feel like I need to see something manifest before I either get bored or before I get frustrated and just drop the whole thing. But this time, because this is so real and because things come so quickly, we are able to be patient in our dedication, in our planning, and be very committed to what is coming our way, because we can see something that other people can't see. It's almost like I can see what this is. I feel like if I put the work in, I can be patient because I already see the fruits of the labor before even putting in the work. That makes me feel so determined. And with that, because I already see what this can provide me, I am willing to put in the work. And it's not like I have to put in the work first in order to see what's going to happen. Now, with the Four of Coins right alongside of that, there is some forgotten joy here. For some of you, because you've been so focused on the lack and focused on, becoming stable, there are some things that have gotten frozen in time, so to speak. It could be your heart, Aquarius. It could be other ideas that you have put on the back burner. But these things will start to manifest again, because these things are attributes to what is now going on here, or what will go on in the near future. So it's okay to open up those things again, because they are really going to help you fuel the fire that you already have, and it'll also help you push forward to the next level. Now, this can also speak about having fear or paranoia when it comes to a loss of a connection with someone or a missed opportunity. So although you are putting a lot of work in here, you are putting in the work to not have this forgotten joy to dwindle, and not to focus on the fear and the paranoia. Like, you're working so hard to snuff down the things that did break your heart here with the Three of Swords, or cause some disappointment. And you're really trying to keep your eye on the prize, and you're really trying to either embrace the forgotten joy, but remember the joy in a positive way, not looking at it from a loss and being disappointed from the missed opportunity. That thing that made you feel disappointed and lost, you might be able to embrace the joy now and move on, but you're also working hard not to get into that old mind space of this Knight of Swords energy, this anxiety, and, just really having a lot of worry. You're working so hard to stay determined, and that's what I see. You're just working towards the things that you feel are going to serve you and are serving you. What your hope is, Aquarius, is that you make the right choices. This right here, the Two of Wands has shown up 3 times in a row with the readings that I've done in the last couple of days. Everyone is wanting to make the right choice. So what you're hoping is that you will make the right choice between pure happiness and joy with the Four of Wands. You'll make the choice for that, and you will no longer take on the Knight of Coins in reverse energy, which is, you know, being stagnant or just taking less. Like, you don't want mediocrity showing up. You don't want to settle, is what I'm hearing. You want to be happy, you want to be free, and you're hoping that you will choose to do that here in the near future. I feel like you've done that for so long that now you really know, with the High Priestess here, that can no longer be the case, because those situations have caused the sleepless nights, the anxiety, and eventually led into heartbreak and disappointment. So if this is something that you were working on before, in terms of a project or a partnership with someone, there was some disappointment, there was some loss. Now you want to choose happiness and not choose to settle, because sometimes we get into the people pleasing because we're humanitarian, so we do for other people, and every time we do for other people, we're depleting from ourselves because we don't know when to stop. The only time we know when to stop is if someone royally ticks us off, or if we've gone so hard and we need to, lay it down, we need to restore. But then when we get back up again, we get back into that motion of give. So we're really hoping here that we make the choice to choose happiness for ourselves and not to settle. What the fear is, Aquarius, here that I see is that you fear that you'll lose hope, and you're showing up in your own reading here with the star. This is you, Aquarius. You're hoping that you can keep the faith, you can keep up the hope. You don't want to lose that, because you know that once you lose that, everything else falls by the wayside. So you're in complete fear of losing this. I feel it so strongly. And with the Judgment card right next to that, you are fearing that in reconciliation, for some of you, that you will have hopes of reconciling with someone, and you're going to get the same ish of it not being a full success, it only being one-sided. So in terms of love, there is some fear that if you give it a go and you reconcile, because I do feel like you have some hopes of reconciling, but you do fear that it's going to be the same old, not getting what you're putting out, and you are fearing that. The other thing is that for some of you that is working on a project or trying to manifest something in terms of income, if you're trying to work, I hear that some of you are trying to work on something to get more money to come in. So to me, that's a project. So whatever you're working on or whatever you're working towards to bring in more money, you don't want to get your hopes up about bringing something in new that will definitely bring, some stability to you, and then it not fill your cup. It's like putting in all this work, because in the past you did put in some work or you did lose some income, and so you are feeling like you don't want to have your hopes up that this is going to work, that this is going to change something from the past. This debt, this not having enough. You don't want to have hopes in that, and then only to find yourself back in the lack, back in the it's not good enough phase. I don't have enough phase. The good thing is, though, the outcome does show lots of promise here, Aquarius. I know that it's hard to stay focused when it comes to your money. I'm the same way. When my money is funny, I'm just out of sorts. That's just how it is for me. But there is going to be some balance here with the justice showing up. There is going to be fairness in your situation. There is going to be some adjustments that will be made. And, you know, this is also you taking full responsibility for your choices and, you know, creation of restoration when it comes to balance. So if you are thinking, you know what, I need to get this together and I'm having all this anxiety, well, what choices did I make before that landed me into this situation? And because you do that, there creates a balance here. You're taking responsibility. This will cause stability to come because now you'll have fresher ideas. You'll see where things went wrong before. You will not make the wrong choices this time. There will be fairness in your situation. You know, we're getting confusion out of the way. There's a lot of wisdom that has come. Now, what I love in this reading is that when I spoke about the Three of Swords and the Three of Coins here, this is really using whatever came your way in a negative and fuel it into something positive, okay? And that's what justice speaks of here. Now, Spirit is telling me there is something else here. I wasn't going to mention it unless I was prompted, but for some of us, Aquarius, I always put myself in the whole Aquarius tribe. So I just have to. And maybe that's why I overlooked y'all because, you know, I'm not all about me. So I'm so used to saying us and I in this reading because I am Aquarius that, you know, maybe that's why I missed the boat this time. But anyways, for some of us, there is a third-party situation here that caused this heartbreak, and really have to assess that. You know, there is something here with a third party, but this is for a very small few. I don't see this prominently. Anytime I see three next to each other, I don't typically freak out. I wasn't going to mention it, and I don't want anyone to freak out here, but there might have been a third-party situation here that you need to understand how to properly assess that within yourself. So much so in terms of what didn't you see, or if you knew about a third-party situation, or if you encouraged a third-party situation. You know, this is why you might have had some anxiety here, but definitely have to cut out the third party participating reindeer games if this is something that you've brought on or participated in, or for some of you, you know, that is what has happened. But majority, I do see that just symbolizes refueling the negative from the hurt and the disappointment into something else. Just wanted to mention that as confirmation. Spirit said someone needed to hear that. All in all, there is justice that will be served here, okay? So just know that all of this will pay off. Just getting over the bumps of the disappointment, staying determined, you know, putting in this action that's coming towards your way, and working with that action and that determination, like I see you doing here, will definitely bring something full circle. We are prompted to stay focused no matter what. We need to look at things from a different perspective, and there is strength needed in our intuition. For some of us, we know that we know that we know certain things. Could be the third party situation if that applies. Could be knowing that there needs to be a change. Either way, you are going within yourself right now. You are putting in a lot of hard work here, as I see, and there is going to be some positive changes to this. Now, what I've been doing for the month of November for the last couple of readings here is pulling some life purpose cards, because I feel like for some of us this has to do with, income and love. So I want to definitely touch base on all of that. I am going to shuffle some life purpose cards here from my oracle deck. So if this does apply to you with, trying to come up with something to, regain some more income, let's see what we have here. All right, so out comes the time to decide. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. So for some of you, again, with the High Priestess, what to do. You need to stand strong in it, and you need to really make a decision when it comes to your life purpose, or when it comes to, something that you feel could set your life in a different direction as far as income. See a lot of anxiety over income here. Okay, so for some of you, you need to make a decision. And, you did say here, you're hoping to make a decision, right? We talked about that. We're hoping to make a decision. It says it's time to make a decision, and you want happiness. You want freedom. You don't want this energy of not getting what you put in coming back to you. So it's time to decide, and you can take that in love, or you can take that in life purpose, income, that sort of thing. That's what I'm seeing here. We're going to pull one more card here, Aquarius, from the life purpose deck, just to see what is going on in that department. And I do think that I will, of course, pull something from the Romance Angels, but I'm also going to pull something from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, which always gives a little bit more insight. So let's see here. Options. Let me get the glare off of this card. It says, consider the career possibilities that are open to you. Okay? So for some of you, you need to explore the options that you have, because this will allow you to get out of this financial strife and worry that you're in, or you need to create some options for yourself. I tell people all the time as a life coach, if you want to say there's no options here, and I don't see anything that I could apply for that I would really like or I fit into, create an option for yourself. All right, out pops let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally in terms of love. So work on yourself and allow this to unfold naturally. I never once saw myself as a control freak or someone that tried to control situations, but control comes in all forms, and just the journey that I had been on most recently taught me that because I'm so in fear of things not working out, I sabotage them sometimes, and that is a control tactic. It's like, I'm going to control this situation. I don't want to feel the hurt or the disappointment, so I'm going to go ahead and fall back or end this or not follow through on this project or just do something else. Oh, here we go. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay, people? So for some of you, this whole anxiety and fear that you have when it comes to income is directly affecting your relationship. So some of you, this is not an and or. This is a 2-in-1. My finances are messed up. My relationship is going down the shithole. I know, like I said before, if my money's funny, I'm not really the best person to be as, I don't feel as whole as I would, or as giving as I would, or receptive as I would if my money is not right. Flirt, okay? It says extend your lighthearted energy to others. Yeah, and that goes back to, let me just grab these cards underneath here. That goes back to this Four of Coins. This is that forgotten joy, remember? Because we're so focused on what we need to do about this money, and maybe about this heartache that we had in the past, or maybe does this person really want to be with me? All the fears and anxieties that we have, you know, we need to bring all of that lighthearted energy back into our relationships, or headed towards a relationship if there is somebody that we're interested in, or if we want to get into something. And like I said before when we started this, there's other aspects of your life that need to get in order sometimes in order for you to play out certain other aspects. You need the full circle here. You need to have love. You need to have understanding, communication. You need to have a little bit of fun in such serious matters. And that's really what helps, you know, alleviate some of this stress and worry. So let's get some wisdom from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here. Spirit, give us some more insight. Ooh. Okay. Didn't have to ask long for that. All right. So we did get 2 cards here. This is a newer deck. I do like to read these. All that glitters. This is the card that comes out. All right. So we are going to take a look at what this card means. For relationships, it says, sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. We embellish the story a bit, adding some dramatic elements to make us, turning the page, to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and the shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she has or can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart, let go of the artificial, and let what is authentic shine. There's also a message here that sometimes an opportunity looks so good that it glitters like gold, and you just can't resist it, especially when it appears others are doing so well and have hit the mother lode. During the American Gold Rush, everyone hurried west to find their fortune, and then deserted entire towns after the mining depleted the gold veins in the earth. So, too can you deplete yourself as you chase after the latest shiny thing that caught your eye. Okay? So we do have to keep that in mind. And what I'm hearing from this card is that, you know, we do want some more income here. We do have some needs. But when it comes to wants, don't lose yourself in the pursuit of, you know, finding this way of getting more money so that you can glitter, so that you can, you know, impress and get, you know, closer to other people. Let's get what we need and then focus on what we want for ourselves, not so that we can hide behind the mask of what we have. Now, here and now speaks of everything happens in the now and in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle everything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. It says, be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your own life. Yeah, I mean, that's what we need to do. We need to be in the here and now. You know, it says also that what we're working on is golden, and your efforts will leave a powerful legacy. We have to know that it is important for us to work on these things. And, you know, we are in the here and now, and we don't need to be drifting into the past, wondering if things could have or should have been better, or whenever you find yourself longing for the good old days, you leak power. So let's look at what we're doing now. Let's look at the positives of now. Like we said, walk away from the mindset of the past. Know that we're doing things that we need to do now for the greater good of ourselves, and not get caught up in all the glitter and glam, because there might be a lot of money that comes this way. There might be us not really saying what we want, because all that glitters also talks about putting masks up. We want to make a decision to be happy and be free with who we are, and be free with other people, and not take less. But we can't be hiding behind these masks, doing things for people or receiving things from people that are glittery and shiny, and wanting people to see us in this light of, you know, what we have and what we can do. I just got done talking about this, and we definitely don't want people tempting us, because they can do things for us, and, you know, they will do things for us. We want happiness, true happiness. We want freedom, and we want to be who we are. We need to let go of the control issues. Finances and careers are affecting us, but we do need to have a lighthearted approach, because life is hard. We need to laugh. We need to flirt. And, you know, we have options here. It's time to decide, what is it that we want and what is it that we need in order to become happy here, Aquarius. So this is what I have for you. If this resonates with you at all, please comment, like, share, and subscribe so that you can keep up to date when I throw these readings out again. I will be doing your Let's Read Your Partner sometime here in the next couple of days. I do apologize for not getting that out, but I will make it up to you, and I will do a full out extension of that. A lot of clarifiers, because I do feel really bad about that. Again, $25 personal reading special right now. The information is down below. Aquarius, take care of yourself. Be true to yourself. Be true to the people that you love. Choose the right people that love you. Do not settle for less. And I will see y'all on the other side. I'm sending you blessings in love and light. Till next time, Aquarius.